Good evening.
Hi, everyone.
Hola.
What's up, everyone?
How you doing? What's
So,
going on?
I'm going to your page to
You
make
going to
sure it's
my
showing up.
page?
Let's see.
Okay.
It is showing up. Oh, I just did the little eyebrow thing. Look.
What's
So,
going on?
I'm going to your page to make
You
sure.
going to my
So we got
page?
look, we got the bows down here because we just had a training inside of our Upgraders Academy, and we use our speaker to play music. Well, okay.
So it's talking.
We just had a Upgraders Academy. All right. And we use our speaker to play music. Okay. All right. So hi, I'm gonna tell y'all what.
I
So
don't know if I
Tanya
can
and
see
I,
comments. Is there a way? Is that here?
I'm not sure. We're here. We're here at Click On. I don't
Okay.
know. But you can click that if you want. Let me see. There we go. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, guys. So this is kind of impromptu. We didn't know if anybody would show up tonight or not, but I was just asking Tanya. Did you love it or something?
Mhm.
Okay. I was just asking Tanya
Okay.
as we approach Thanksgiving 2022. I just asked my wife, "How did you know that you loved me? How did you know I was the man for you?"
I you really?
Oh, okay. Well, all right. You don't have to answer. I mean,
No, that's not. That's good. That's good. That's good. You look. And he went first. I was supposed to ask him that first, because we first of all, how did we meet? Let's talk about how we met first.
okay. How far you want to go back?
I don't know. What do you think?
Um. So I met Tanya at the bank. As soon as she walked out the bank, I checked her credit. I checked how much money she had in the bank. I checked her credit history.
Okay.
No, look.
Okay.
So Tanya and I met. Some interesting circumstances that we met, and but we ended up falling in love. And I asked Tanya to. So no, I tell you what's a funny story. How I asked you to marry me.
Okay. You gonna
Okay,
tell that?
so check this out. So I bought Tanya this rock. I'm talking about you could skate on this rock.
He is so funny.
I don't know how much I paid for that ring, but it was never mind. Anyway, so I had asked Tanya's mom and dad for her hand in marriage, and her dad at the time carried a weapon because he worked for criminal. What was it? CCSI or something?
CCBI.
CCBI here in North Carolina. So I asked Tanya's mom and dad for her hand in marriage, and they gracefully said, "You can marry our daughter." Okay, so I had planned it out perfectly. I had the ring, and I said, "I'm going to take Tanya to the beach, and I'm going to ask her to marry me." It's Wilmington, North Carolina. I said, I'm gonna ask for her hand in marriage. We're going out I-40 East and get into this argument. It was just horrible. I don't even know
I don't
what we were
remember what it
fussing
was
about.
about.
We were just going at it. And I'm like, you know what? I got to test her love for me.
Oh,
Right?
is that
So
really
I
what you
said,
were
let me
doing?
start this argument.
Is that really right?
I said, let me start this argument to see if she still wants me. Does she want to marry
He
me?
ain't right,
So no,
y'all.
look, it was so bad that I pulled off the interstate
He did.
and made a left turn on 40 to come back to Raleigh.
It was like, I can't ask this woman to marry me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we was arguing about. Do you
I
know?
don't remember.
I mean, I was like, I ain't doing this, man. I'm like, So anyway, so I got on the highway to come back. I think, did I pull off and then we made amends?
Yeah, we were on the side of the road.
And we made amends. And then we kept going, turned back around, and we went to Wilmington. And we stayed at the name of the place?
I have no
Oh,
idea.
Holiday Inn Sunspree.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's
Beautiful. I mean,
right there on the water.
it bags up. You just see it all right. So anyway, I'm thinking that I'm gonna do a Hallmark or something. I don't know what was going on. Looking at
You
TV,
just a romantic.
and they just make all of this. It's just ridiculous. Look, when a man asks a woman to marry him on television,
So,
they do all this. Oh, and the woman passing out and all this crap, right? So I'm thinking, I'm gonna drop down on my knee and I'm gonna ask this woman if she gonna pass out. You know, we talked about this for years.
You are crazy.
And Tanya was like, I think you said yes. I don't know what you did, but you ain't pass out.
I didn't pass
You didn't
out.
fall out. All this stuff they show
No.
on television. So we got engaged.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm glad we
what
did.
my question
I'm
is,
happily married.
we've been in this thing for 21 years.
Mm.
So you know what? We spent 21 Thanksgivings, more Christmases together.
Yeah.
So, and right before we went live, it was like, what we want to talk about, right? And I was like, how do you decide which house you go to for what holiday? And, we just talking, right? So it was, if we went to your folks for last Thanksgiving, we're going to go to my folks this Thanksgiving.
Do y'all do
I don't know
that?
if it's-
How
yeah,
many
is
married
that-
couples out there?
is
How do
that
you
how
guys
it goes?
decide, what you do for the holidays? Do you just go back and forth? How does that go? How does that work for you? But that is what
I don't
we
know.
do.
That's what normally what married couples do.
Yeah, that's what we do.
They kind of crisscross, or if you live close enough,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to both.
Or you see each other. And sometimes even
Very
the
true.
families come together and we're just all together in one space, especially when we host. If we host
Mm-hmm.
it, then typically both sides of the family are right here in our home. And then, we're just mindful. I lost mom last year.
Right.
And
Right.
so it was, for us, that was our first Thanksgiving without our mom.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it was the year that we were going to be with the Scott side, we were actually with
absolutely.
my family.
Right, yeah.
We all, pressing through that ourselves. So, we just have so much honor and respect for each other and
Yeah.
our families.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful, Dexter, that our families are strong on both sides. And when we actually came together, I talk about this too, and just would think about, when Dexter and I married, our oldest daughter, I came with her and he came with his oldest daughter. So we were already two girls in. But I can remember, and I've said this before, how your dad was preparing to open up some accounts or something for the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked for Talia's information. He was thinking to do something like that, and I'm like, he's opening up a account for my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
because it was seamless. And honestly, if people really didn't know our story, that it's seamless.
Yeah, that's how it is. Okay.
It's
so I
seamless.
popped in. I just made that.
Oh,
comment.
okay.
Yeah. So I just said we
Beautiful.
want everyone to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. So it's a beautiful thing. So
it is.
and we recorded. Our radio station comes on, and we talking about marriage. You guys got to connect with our show. We're doing a series on what does it look like to have an amazing, thriving marriage, and that show starts.
Not this Sunday,
Yeah, it's going to be.
but when are we
No,
gonna
it's
start
actually going to be this Sunday.
this Sunday?
Yeah. But- yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it this Sunday?
Well, didn't we just?
No, it's not this Sunday.
I'm like, okay.
No, our podcast
Yeah.
starting next week
Right.
is going to start how to have
Yes.
a thriving marriage, and it's going to be 4 episodes. It's really good.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
have that. I mean, so many people have asked. We've actually had a lot of women, especially,
Mhm.
come to me, and say, "You guys inspire me. You guys inspire me to know that it is possible."
Mhm.
And that there are some incredible good men out there, and there are, and we're glad that we're inspirations, for
Yeah,
that,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
because you treat me very well.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know, you always have. You're a good man.
I like to say I am. There's a lot of areas of improvement, right?
That's
but-
for anybody.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it just fits, So, next week we're talking about marriage. It's going to be powerful. So grab your spouse if you're married. If you grab your boo or whatever, and y'all just
If you're planning on it, if
listen.
you're thinking about it.
Yeah, listen to the podcast because we dropped some really good information. And it was just exciting to be able to share because, like Tanya said, people are always asking about marriage. Is it easy? No, but it is amazing. And I know the world it's just like they're against marriage. I don't know what's going on, but there are thriving marriages out here. and we know a lot of amazing couples.
Yeah.
So we're just a part of a group of amazing people that's married that wants to share some great information and some nuggets about, even for newlyweds, or like we learned from, as a matter of fact, I'll share this. Dr. Frazier.
Yeah, I shared
Dr.
that earlier.
George Frazier. You shared that earlier?
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I know. Go
It's
ahead.
Dr. George Frazier told Tanya and I, we were speaking in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the summer?
It was in August of this year.
Yeah, so we flew to Kansas City, we spoke, and Dr. George Frazier told us behind the curtain before we went out to speak, he said, I'm going to tell you one of the secrets to being married 50 years. So it's 50 years, right?
I think it was 50.
He said one of the secrets is amnesia. And we were like, what in the world?
Amnesia.
What is amnesia? And he said, the faster you forget what your spouse did, the longer your marriage. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was powerful.
It is powerful. Who can do that? For some people that's not an easy thing to
It's
do.
not, yeah.
It's really a conscious decision to make.
It is.
And it's
Yeah.
intentional.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
a matter of saying, okay, let me just forget.
Because you hold on to whatever pains that came beforehand, or even during the marriage, there's some things that you got pain over, but the quicker you can get amnesia, the better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we need to, forgive and forget or whatever. But
Yeah.
but that's essentially what it is. But when he said that to us, it was like, wow, man, it's such wisdom of being married 50 years. So have amnesia.
That was powerful. Period.
Yeah.
That was powerful. And I'm a
Anita says how did you? Yeah, Anita, we were in Kansas
we were in
City.
Kansas City.
And we were at a college, as a matter of fact. You remember the name of the
Yeah.
college?
I don't.
Yeah, it was a good meeting. It was amazing. So and we really
It was
enjoyed
excellent.
being
Bring us back. Want to come back?
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun too.
there. Yeah.
But yeah. So you opened up because I did answer, and I'm like, for anybody to say, well, she didn't even say.
It's time
but
for you to answer, Tanya.
It's time for me to answer. Then what's your thing now? Because and I'm gonna tell you why. But the reason why is because for so long, I was nervous, even from the onset. And because honestly, guys, can I just say something? And Dexter knows, because I felt I had so much guilt, and at times I had shame for falling in love again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, is this real? What's happening? What's going on? Kind of thing. And it's because I was a widow at the age of 29, and I didn't know that I would love again. I remember after my first husband passed away, and we had a van, and I went and bought a Sebring, and it was a convertible.
Two-door Sebring.
Two-door
Yep.
Sebring. And my thing was, it's just me and Ty, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of my days. That is what I was thinking, okay? So here I am, 29, and I'm getting this, and that's what I was thinking, 30 years old at the time when I purchased that. And then you come along, and it's like, okay, all right, and going, and then pull back. So even when you ask, it's like, yes. And then it's like, and
Right.
then it's starting. And I tell you, I mean, it's
Yeah.
been 21 years, but we endured a lot. You were so patient. You love me.
Yeah. I mean,
Why? What did you love about me so much?
I don't know if I was patient. I don't know. It's just kind of.
I don't really
It's
remember
grace.
it all.
It's grace.
Is it grace?
Yeah. Because I mean,
Because
like
I
Tanya
feel
was
like I'm the one
saying,
that made it difficult.
But see, then you had that level of what are people going to say if I'm getting remarried.
And I dealt with that.
You dealt with
and then
that,
it was
yeah.
already done, and I still was dealing with it, but I didn't
Yeah.
talk about it a lot.
Right.
So I kept a lot of things hidden.
Right.
And
right.
for you, it was like, what in the world is going on? And I almost really didn't know. It was kind of subconscious.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, look, we're just talking about marriage tonight, but it's a lot of dimensions to anybody that's been married 21 years or longer or whatever. There are many dimensions to that marriage. These are dimensions to our marriage. And we know that we can help a lot of people just by sharing our story.
Yeah.
Right? So you're hearing just a little bit about it tonight, but I mean, it was just God will position you. He will put you with the person that you need to be with.
Yeah.
You just need to wait on them And hey, sometimes things happen. My first marriage didn't work out. Hey, it is what it is. But God will bring you to the place where you need to be with the person that you need to be with, right? Remember, if we can give you any piece of advice, if you're dating someone now, or even if you're married and you're still dealing with certain issues, the person that you're married to is not the person that you were with. They're not. So don't bring into this relationship what was in that relationship. It doesn't belong there, right? So that was for both of us too.
Mm-hmm.
Just in realize, and that's with anybody.
That is so true. And
It
look,
is with anybody.
can we share the story about that?
Which one?
Look,
What's
when
that?
I was at work and you called me.
Oh.
Or did you look at something on TV?
Okay,
then?
okay,
That's
y'all,
what
okay,
that
okay.
was. That
Now,
he
y'all
was
know-
on TV. All right, y'all
Y'all
remember?
know we talk about mindset.
Yeah, we do. We
That's-
talk a lot about
We
mindset. You
love
got to catch
mindset,
this, okay?
right? Okay, this is funny, but it also serves a purpose. So at that time, this was like 2008, 9. I left my job to start a real estate appraisal business. So I was sitting at home and I'm doing
Like,
appraisals.
I just
Now,
thought of this.
I'm one of the people,
What
I
in the
don't like
world?
it to be silent. So I turned the TV on in our office, but I had it real low. So I'm in there and I'm pulling comparisons and I'm doing all this kind of stuff. And on the back, in the background, one show went off and the show Cheaters came on. So I'm gonna show you how this works. So can I use your phone?
Go ahead.
All right. So this is how it was. So we didn't have cell phones at the time. Was it a
we
a cell phone?
did.
Was it a cell phone?
No, but you called me on my office phone, so we really weren't on cell phones.
Okay,
No, we
so-
didn't.
So
It was kind of new.
I'm working
scene.
appraisals. I had two monitors. So I'm working and I'm doing all this kind of stuff. And the show Cheaters came on quietly in the background. So my subconscious mind was wide open. So I'm right. So I'm looking at the screen. So I don't know. My man was calling this girl and she wasn't available. He like something going on. So he got with the Cheaters dude and they went to the house and he
Investigating.
looking in the window and she in there with some dude, right? So I'm typing and I'm like, hey, that phone ring, go right into voicemail. Tanya, give me a call. This is Dex. Hang the phone up.
But look, he's calling my job. Okay, so he's not calling a cell phone. He's
Yeah.
calling my
Job.
work phone.
I said,
okay.
Tanya, I just, where you at? I just called you,
my Gosh, this is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Asia.
I don't know how much time passed.
I don't know. You called another time. It had been about 3-4 times that he called my
I
job
said,
phone, y'all.
Tanya, look, I said, Tanya, now I don't call you 2 times. You need to call me back.
God.
Oh my God. So, okay. Did you call me then?
I did. I mean, by the
So-
time I come back, and see, here's the thing. I work for the county.
Oh, my
I was a trainer. I
How
was in
embarrassing.
I was in program and staff development. We train.
Oh, that was
So
funny.
we're not just in our cubicles all day. We're in a training room. We might be somewhere prepping, planning. Who knows? We're in like a management style position. So we're just not at our desk like that. So when I finally come back and I listen to my messages and I clear my messages, ding, another one, and I'm deleting. Then I'm like, what's wrong with him? And then I call him and he coming off all hard. I'm like,
Oh,
yo.
So-
I'm like, Dex, I'm at work. I didn't hear your call. I wasn't here to
So-
answer a phone. And I'm like, I have not given him any reason whatsoever to even be thinking like this, okay? But hey, we talk about the mindset. I mean, come on, y'all know what? We talk about that. Hey, don't let the enemy get in your head, y'all,
Yeah.
okay?
So y'all, this
Don't
is what
let 'em
happened.
do it.
So after she called me and we had this little spat or whatever,
On the phone.
On the
arguing at work.
phone.
I'm at work arguing.
arguing, because I'm looking at this crap,
In
right?
a cubicle. I don't even have an office with a door.
So I'm like, wow. And we shared that at a marriage conference because y'all, I'm telling you, my mind, that mess on TV got in my head, and I'm calling my wife acting a fool, right?
Nutcase.
That was funny, but it just goes to show you that you got to be really careful what you allow in your mind, right? So,
Well, I'm glad we can laugh about
but
it.
you wanted me to share that so
Yeah.
somebody could pick at me later.
No, you had said something and it triggered it for me. It just triggered it for me. But I
So-
mean, I'm just grateful. So we really didn't want anything. We just here on tonight. It's
Yeah.
so much that we can come and talk to you about and just
Yeah.
bring to you. So much, even now we were thinking about 54 days being left in the year. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
All of those types of things. We were just with our academy, and one of the things that we were just even talking to them about and saying in the end, it is just stuff I study, things that we talk about, things that we listen to, going into the Word of God. And here recently, and I've been talking a lot about it, just your power and just understanding who you are. You're going to hear power from me a lot. You're going to hear power from us a lot, because I'm telling you, it's who we are. And you've got to come to a place of understanding what it is that you walk in so that you can use it. When you know who you are, you behave as such. And I've said it before, I'm his wife, so I act like it, being married, and that's why I'm just really grateful, because you treat me so well. I mean, you're amazing. I think about men, and I'm like, who can you even talk to? Even growing
good
up
question,
now,
yeah.
I don't know. Y'all talk to me. What do you think?
That's
I'm
a good
like,
question.
how are men today? How are they being groomed? Boys growing up. What do we see? Because we talk about just y'all when we were younger. I'm 52. Okay, so being younger, growing up, and you would see someone elderly, you just we treated them differently. That's what it seems like
Right.
I see now. They don't get treated with the same respect. It's like we could be around them, but be mindful of even words that would come out. You could release something, and the person would be like, "Oh, excuse me." Now you'll release it and be like, "What?" You hear things. It's just so different.
Yeah.
So I look at you, Dex, and I'm just like, I just really feel like there's so many people, men, let's not forget them. It's something that you would say sometimes is thinking that men really don't want to talk.
Right.
But I feel like they need to. We
They
get
do.
together as women. I was with Asia. Asia Pains is up here. We were together recently at something called the Esther Experience. But we're together talking and grooming and learning from each other and being there for each other. I had conversation camp, the same types of things happening, and you leave with so much power. And I'm ready for men. So what's going to happen? Are you going to do a camp? What's going to happen?
2023. That's all I'm gonna say.
You going to do something?
Yeah. So yeah, conversation camp for men is coming 2023.
Awesome.
It's
I'm
coming.
excited about this, y'all.
It's
I really
coming.
am.
And if you saw
so
conversation
excited.
camp, Tanya, we just did conversation camp a couple of months. Last
in
month.
October.
In October.
On your birthday. Even that.
Yeah.
He gave up his birthday for me when we were choosing the day. I'm like, well, the 15th. He was like, let's do it. I said, you don't mind with your birthday? He said, it's okay. Let's do it. And so he gave up his birthday for us to have conversation camp. I mean, things like that.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of just love. We leaving the house today. I needed to mail some shirts. I had some more women to order. She decided to love herself shirt. So we were going to put them in the mail and to pick up our groceries. And he walks out and opens the car door for me, for me to get in the driveway. He does it in the driveway. He'll do it in a parking lot. He'll do it if we're pulling up, or leaving from somebody's home. We could be visiting a family member. He did it Sunday. We were at my sister's house for my dad's birthday. And when we left, he opened the door for me. So it's things like that, and they matter and mean so much. So I know the Word of God talks about you loving me as he loves
So
the church, right?
yeah.
So
yeah.
is that what you do? Is that what you think about?
Let me tell you something.
And then as a man, and we're going to end, because I didn't even intend to go into all of this, but what is it that, speak to us women.
Okay. So
what do we need to do for you guys? What do you look for from us? What is it that men typically need and want? What helps you as a man from your woman? I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll answer this and then we'll let
Then we're gonna go.
Then we'll let you guys go. So all right, so if a man is respected,
Okay.
right, is if the man is given the respect as a husband, as a father, as a provider, then those elements will help a man to say, man, I really feel respected.
So
And I remember
respect.
somebody saying this. I forget who it
Respect.
was, but when a man goes out during the day, he's out in the world. He's getting pummeled from left to right, front, back. So much stuff going on. When he would go home to sit down and his wife brings him a plate of food, well, it's just the ultimate level of respect for the husband. And the man really feels respected because it's like, man, I've been beat all day and I come home. I don't need to be beat at home. Just let me come here and just sit down for a minute and feel the love. So for me, seriously,
I'm listening.
so there should never be a door. Okay, ladies, listen to me. Single ladies, if you're married, tell your husband this. There should never be a door that you open for yourself in his presence. Never. Never. There should never be a time that you have to pump gas if he's available to do it. You stay in the car. Let him do it because he's supposed to. So our son Tyler, if I can't get to the door, yeah, and you don't know, I do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can't get to the door, I say, son, go open the door for your mother. Because what I'm doing is teaching him,
How to
bruh,
treat his woman. That's
open the
all
door
right.
for your wife.
Amen.
Our daughters, whenever I get the opportunity, they ain't gonna open the door either. I mean, why should they? So that's
So
all I'm
that's
saying.
even that because you're setting the standards high for them. and
That's
what
all.
to
That's
look
all
for
I'm
and
saying.
expect.
So
Making it kind of hard,
so
but it's good.
yeah,
I'm
our daughter
grateful.
Kiara has an amazing husband.
Oh
Adonis.
my God, I'm so grateful
Adonis
for
is.
him.
When I look at Adonis, I
loves
see
the way
me.
he treats her
Right.
and my
But
grandchildren.
and our daughter Talia, when dude come around, he better come right.
High standards,
He
for sure.
let me tell you something. He just need to be right. Because if he ain't right, there's gonna be a problem. Look, I don't care how in love with him she is.
He is so
Talia,
crazy.
you might not see this
He
video,
is driven.
but if you in love with him and I'm watching him and something ain't right, he got to go, man. What you think?
I mean, I hear you, and I don't disagree. We'll just have to have some conversations. But
Oh my goodness.
I love
Okay,
you.
so look,
I love you,
look,
and I'm grateful for
Sai
you.
said, find me one of them.
Find you one of them.
So if you need
That's
a
right,
checklist, I
Martin,
got one.
true. I know
Yeah.
that's right.
But, yeah.
And they are here. They are here, and it is what you're looking for. So it's so much that we can get into because y'all know we can talk. And I'll just go back even until the
Marshawn,
mind.
what's up, my brother?
I do not want
to see you, man.
anybody, any woman, any of my sisters up here to not feel like that they aren't available because you're going to find what you're looking for. They'll show up, So just be mindful of those types of things and, don't lower your standards at all. I'm grateful, like I said, for me, I was so afraid and but here he is, and I'm grateful that I did say yes, even after we argued down the highway. Thank
funny.
you for still asking me.
If y'all just getting on,
Thank you for asking me, even though we had just argued.
if y'all
down the
just getting on,
highway.
just go back in the Facebook Live. You see what happened with us.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I'm grateful.
So look, we want to say happy Thanksgiving to you from the Upgraders. Thank you guys so much for following us. Thank you for those of you guys that are on on this live. Those of you guys that commented, those of you all that will watch the video and comment. Thank you so much. I mean, it means a great deal.
It really does.
When people just take the time to listen to what you got to
Spend
say,
some
because
time
it's a
with
lot
you.
going on, So
And you can be with anybody right now.
yeah. So we want to tell you, make sure that you de-stress over Thanksgiving. Right, spend some time with your family, but find a way to de-stress.
Taking our own
It's
advice.
it's a lot going on in the world, so make sure you take some time for yourself.
Taking
You
our own
deserve it,
advice.
and spend time with your family. All right.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
All right. So we're gonna leave you with our tagline. We're Dexter and Dr. Tanya. We are the Upgraders. We may not know you.
But we know what's in you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night, everybody.